Hello, friends and family. Lovely to connect with you again at this lunation for the second moon since the winter solstice. So I want to talk to you just for a moment about what does this mean, lunation? And what is it that I'm doing with these videos? Because this is unique. It's unique to me and it's unique to our times. So the reason that I'm doing this is that it is a sacred assignment, yet another sacred assignment from the Star Mothers for me to bring to humanity, to you, to who's listening, new information about the teachings from the Pleiadian Star Mothers and the teachings that we had when we were in Lemuria. So let me begin by saying much of this is new to me as I bring it to you. Some of the things are bubbling up over the days, the weeks that are in between the moons, and the Star Mothers give me sort of hints and winks and put me in the path to be able to do the next lunation. So here we are in the second moon from the winter solstice, and that is how I will count these at the directions of the Star Mothers from one full cycle. Now this year we happen to have 13 moons, and in our Julian/Roman calendar, the year 2020 has already been really auspicious, and each eclipse, each movement of the planets is really ramping up the energy of this 13 moon cycle. So what the Star Mothers are teaching here is that when we pay attention to these cycles, we are able to be in harmony with these cycles. And how much do we feel out of sync some days or sometimes because we don't have the information to do or be or feel what it is that is in harmony? I know I do, and I know many of you feel some days just out of sync or disharmonious. And the next day, you can feel just great, or I can feel just great. What is the change? A lot of the change is that we are moving through solar, lunar, and planetary shifts that are happening in the heavens, in our galaxy, our Milky Way galaxy, and we don't know what they are. And so I encourage you, as I try to encourage myself and as I am encouraged by others in this community, to look at each day, or maybe it's faster than that, maybe it's each moment, each hour, that you are having a specific feeling that feels harmonious or disharmonious. Look at that as something that will pass, of course, but something that has information for you. Why do we have things happen to us? Of course, because they have information for us. And they don't just happen by chance. They happen as all the alignments happen as our consciousness is lifting. So as that happens, what I want to give you are some possibilities to work with the energy of these cycles and let it give us an opportunity to delve into the connection that we have, that we are as humans, to these cycles. And we know that our physical bodies are made up of so much water, and the moon is the water. So we are always being touched by it in some form, whether it's full today or new today or in a quarter or having an eclipse, or whether it's not moving. So when we pay attention to those things, we work with them, in harmony with them. And wow, life can just be easier. And why not? Why wouldn't we want to have harmony when we can? So also along with these lunations from the star mothers, I'm giving you the connection to the Lemurian codes that they have given us, which is 3 years ago now. And this is a deeper way of working with the codes. So I want to read you card 2, star center 2, because we're in the second moon of this cycle. And then see if you feel the difference in doing it during this moon, connecting to these words during this moon. I think you'll find that it has a deeper place inside of you, a deeper place that you can play in and look at and see what's there for you. So here we go with star center 2. From the cauldron of your life force, you have the capacity to conceive, gestate, and transmute invisible beginnings into manifested form. As the awakened human, each of your creative seeds are infused with a primal spark and a spiritual essence. This blends you as human and divine and manifests in all your creations. Star Center 2. So take a breath. And let me just delve a little more deeply into the meaning of Star Center 2 and how it connects with us physically and emotionally. So the first line here is from the cauldron of your life force. Now, we know our star centers also as chakras. So chakra 2 is where women gestate babies, where the seed from the man is planted. But it's also what they say, the star mothers say in the second line, you have the capacity to conceive, gestate, and transmute invisible beginnings into manifested form. So this is not only about having children, making babies. This is also about your feelings, what comes into you intuitively, how you are connected to something that you're passionate about, that you want to bring into the world. So invisible beginnings. So let's just use these cards as a matter of invisible beginnings. They came from a place outside of me, and they're now manifested in form. So I believe this is what the star mothers are talking about. Now, your manifestation can come in any form that's right for you. It certainly can come in the form of creating a child and bringing that into manifested form. But it also can be bringing your love into manifested form by holding space for someone, just being present in a beautiful way that supports someone else. Or how about this? Being present and holding space for yourself to create what your manifested forms could possibly be. And then the card goes on to say, as the awakened human, each of your creative seeds are infused with a primal spark and a spiritual essence. So what they're saying here is that we are primal, as in human, three-dimensional, physical beings, but we have a spiritual essence. Of course, this is the main teachings from the Star Mothers, is the blending of our human and spiritual forms. That's what they came here to do, was to bring spirituality to the human. And then the last line is, this blends you as human and divine and manifests in all your creations. So you know how it is when you're trying to make something happen in your life and you think it sounds like a good idea. And no matter what you do, it doesn't quite come into being in a way that works, that maybe makes money, or if it isn't about money, that makes connections with people. So that's making it happen instead of using the spiritual part as well as the human part. We humans are great at creating things in the world, but if they are to be sustained, I believe that we need to do that creating with our spiritual essence, and then use the human part to bring it into form. Take a breath with me. As I record these lunations, I stay in a place of connection to the Star Mothers, and I am letting them use my voice to bring all this new information in. And I am honored to have them use my voice, my vehicle, to bring this information in. It's been a long time since we have had a really close and deep connection with our original parents, the Pleiadians, with the Star Mothers. So right now, what I'd like to do is bring you the Star Mothers and let them speak of this gestation, creation, place in our physical body and also in our spiritual being. So if you would just take a moment to take a couple of breaths. And just relax and be ready to receive. The Star Mothers are benevolent, loving parents to us, and they give us what they feel is right for us at this time in our evolution. And they're watching and waiting all the time for what can be next. Dear Shining Ones, we step into your meeting. We step in and we bring you our greetings. We bring them from within you and we bring them from without. Here we are with you in so many ways. And we thank our Mele'ha for listening to the directives and for bringing this information into the world for the first time in many, many thousands of your years. So here we are at Moon 2, at Lemurian Lunation 2 from the winter solstice. And what does this mean, this cauldron of your life force? And here is what we will tell you today. You are giving to the human race a part of yourself. Now that part may come in the form of another human, but it comes in so many other forms. It comes in the form of your heart, of your love, of your connection to the planet, to each other, to your greater community. you are indeed connected through this star center, and you are together creating new wisdom and a new time to celebrate on your planet as the consciousness is opened, as the old paradigms are seen for what they are or were, and they are healed, and we present you with new paradigms of awareness. So many teachers on the planet today, and we are all in sync, in harmony with these new paradigms of awareness. We have given you ways to keep your physical body healthier longer. We have given you ways to connect with each other without the use of electricity and telephones. We know you know about telepathy and entanglement. And when you are in that cauldron of creation, in your second star center, this is where the ideas for your future bubble up from, where they really do gestate, where they wait for the parts and the pieces to come together. So in this moon time, in this lunation cycle, there are many parts and pieces coming together, and all you need to do is check in with that part of your body, check in with that part of your soul, that part of your being, and see if it is time for your manifestation to be birthed into the world. Patience is not always simple. It's not always easy. But if you are willing to trust the great scheme of things that have always existed in the universe, and step outside the small thinking of a mind that is only remembering this one incarnation cycle. Step outside of that and know with the deepest part of your being that there is more, and trust that there is more. And then relax and breathe into the more. Just breathe into it. And then watch the magic unfold. This is what we teach you in shamanic training, dear shining ones, that there is magic and you are the creator. The magic is already existing, and how you create it is by recognizing that all you need to do is step into it. There is magic all around you, all the time. The world that you experience is a mystical place. It is filled to the brim with surprises, with lessons, with love, with benevolence. And that is all that we, your Pleiadian mothers, wanting for you. Experience the magic. Experience the mystic. As our children, you are encoded to do that. What is left out is only in the habit of this one lifetime. You have so much more in your very rich Akash that you can pull on, that you can go to, that you can listen to. For as those manifestations are calling you to be in the world, and as you listen, truly listen from your heart and soul, not your mind and the planning and the judging and the fear and the limitations, as you truly listen from the being of expanded, limitless consciousness that you are, then the manifestations can unfold for you. We want nothing more than for you to experience this, our dear shining ones. You are bright. You are each the brightest stars. And we see you shining as you unravel the program of your human life. And with each thread that unravels, you create a space for the consciousness of the cosmos to exist. And in that consciousness is where you find the limitlessness, the beauty of your soul. And we are holding your hands as you take this journey. So please do trust that this journey is one of love, always. And take a breath, please. And as we complete, we ask you in this cycle of lunation to be aware of the voice coming from your second star center. This is the time for that voice of creativity to bubble up, to reveal plans, to manifest, to, your word, to attract others that will bring your manifestations into form with you. For truly, you do not do this alone. You are a beautiful community of souls in harmony together in your creations. And we are the community of the Star Mothers who stand with you. And we say that as we step back. We stand with you. Take a breath. Thank you, Star Mothers. And I want to thank all of the people that are helping to put this together. My wonderful editor, my son Orion, and Julia, who is creating the beautiful music for the channel each month. Thank you so much, Julia, my Lemurian Sisterhood host in Italy. And all of the people that are translating, Brian in Germany, and Pilar in South America, in Colombia, and Nancy Coty in Quebec, translating into French. Thank all of you. The Star Mothers work with all of us. They stand with all of us. And they give us this opportunity to reach a different level of awareness than we've known in this lifetime. And as Kryan has said many, many times, we chose to come back now. We chose to come back now. And there are 350 million old souls alive on the earth today. creating this shift in consciousness. So let that star center 2 energy bubble up, reach out into the field where the consciousness of those other 349 million souls are. And you can find each other. You can touch each other's frequencies. And you can bring things into manifested form together. Thank you so much for taking the time to spend with me on this lunation, to spend with the star mothers, and to use this information to create magic in your lives. Mahalo.